Hello people, just a little update. This video was made when I was vlogging for my The Stolen Air reading vlog, and then these updates got too long. They're like 8 extra minutes for my already long vlog. I thought that I should just separate the videos. So here is some of my March reading updates. They're not exactly a reading wrap-up, but yeah. So it's the end of March going on, and well, how did your March go? For me, it started off so good. I was reading books and enjoying them so much, and I was also rereading books and stories and stuff. Like, I haven't read a lot of books, but what I've read was so good. I was enjoying it. I was loving my reading time and all, and I couldn't wait to get to some of my most anticipated books. But then I read the Atlas 6. I read it because it was on my TBR, and also because I'm doing the 12-month reading challenge with friends and followers on Instagram. And in that challenge, what you do is the followers recommend you books, and you pick the first 12 or any 12 of those for each month to read throughout the year, and you can read like any time, but it's mostly just to make it easy for you to read one book each month. So yeah, it was recommended to me, and I was on my TBR for a long time, and I was like, I need to read the Atlas 6. Like, it's high time. I've heard so much about it, and ebooks are always easier to get through for me because I do not have to take care of the pages and the cover or anything. I can read without a worry. So I started that book and I finished it, and I was so badly disappointed in the Atlas 6. I was like, what did I just read? I was like, this had so much more potential, so much more could happen in this book. Why did this happen? So anyway, when I finished that book, I was like, I need to get this out of my head. I need to read something very good. I need to read something that makes me forget I read this. So even though I was deciding that I will be reading the sequel, I was like, no, definitely not yet. And after it got me into the reading slump, I was like, no, definitely not soon. Like, I'm not doing that to myself. Maybe I won't do it to myself at all, but who knows. Anyway, after the Atlas 6, I read The Raven Boys. It was on my TBR for a long time. I read Shiver by that author, and I hated that book, but it wasn't a popular book, and a lot of people loved the Raven Boys trilogy. It's actually called The Raven Cycle. So I was like, yeah, why not give the popular series a go and see what all the hype is about. Plus, some people whose taste in books I absolutely love on Instagram, I follow them and I see their posts, and I'm like, I need to see what the hype is about and why these people love these books. So I started The Raven Boys as a buddy read, and I also started another book from the 12-month reading challenge. It's called All of Us Villains, and I started that as a buddy read as well. So I started both the books together, and 10% into one and 7% into the other, I fell into this big hole of a reading slump. Like, I was like, what the hell? And I kept trying to ignore the reading slump. That's the first thing I do. I think that's the first thing that all readers do. But the moment we get into a reading slump and we feel like we've fallen into it, we're like, denial, total denial. We're not gonna accept that. We're gonna fight it by not even acknowledging it. But anyway, it didn't work for me this time. I tried and tried. I read hardly 20% of The Raven Boys, and after a long time, probably 2 weeks, me and my buddy reader, we decided that let's just give it a go some other time and DNF it for now because it just wasn't working at the time. So I DNF'd it, but I'm definitely going to get back to that book. But I did not DNF All of Us Villains. So I kept reading it, even though the one I was buddy reading this with had already finished this book. In fact, finished the second book as well, I think. But she was so nice. She didn't once make me feel bad, even though I did feel terrible anyway, that I was like, I fell into a reading slump and I abandoned the buddy read. I hate it when that happens. Anyway, I kept reading and kept reading. I didn't read much for a few days. I didn't read at all. I couldn't make myself do it. But then yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, I started reading and I read and I read and I read too much. I read like 76% of the book, and I was really enjoying it. It was really interesting. It kept feeling like it lacked something, even though that feeling was there that the book is lacking something. It wasn't bad. It was still very interesting. And today I finished the book around 3 a.m. Yeah, you can tell it definitely pulled me out of the reading slump. And the moment I was out of my reading slump, I just decided that I'm gonna vlog and I'm gonna read the book that I've been looking forward to most. Though I first did think that I should read Rule of Wolves. The only reason I wanted to pick that book was because I'd read King of Scars and I wanted to get done with the duology, and also because I know that season 2 of Shadow and Bone is going to have spoilers for Rule of Wolves, and I've already spoiled myself enough. So I was like, I need to read the book before I watch the TV show. But then I was like, now that I'm finally out of the reading slump and I'm finally feeling like vlogging, why not read The Stolen Heir? I was like, why not do that? Why not read this book that I've been looking forward to so badly, that I've been so excited for? So yeah, in that moment I was like, definitely not reading Rule of Wolves right now. It's not like I'm dying to read it or anything. So yeah, later to Rule of Wolves, and now today we are going to read The Stolen Heir. So that was kind of the backstory of how March went for me, why I haven't read a lot of books. So that was all for the March reading updates. It's not exactly a reading wrap up as I said, but yeah, I feel like it's so chaotic. I never film videos back to back, but I'm doing it right now, and I know that you're only going to watch this after I've posted the video and we're not actually talking face to face, but still I feel like telling you this. I filmed my The Stolen Heir reading vlog, and then while reading that, I decided that I should do a spoiler-free discussion for it as well. So then I made that video, and then I thought that I should post that first and the reading vlog later. And then I got to the reading vlog editing, and then I saw that there's this whole, long portion of March updates, and I was like, no, my vlog is going to be too long and I do not have enough space to save such a long video. So I thought that I should just separate them like I mentioned in the intro, and that is how it's ended up into a separate video. I am currently in the middle of my Chain of Thorns reading vlog, which will also be up soon after the Stolen Heir reading vlog. And yeah, I also feel like I'm saying this to you just so you know why I'm wearing the same clothes in multiple videos. It's like so many things are going on, not so many, but like too soon, which doesn't happen. I don't film videos too often and stuff, but well, these are some of my most anticipated releases, some books that I've been so excited for. I just couldn't help but film it and keep a record of how I felt while reading them. But yeah, I feel like this video is mainly for those people who do not use Goodreads or follow me on there and stuff. So like, if you do not have any idea of what I've been reading, you will have some idea how March went for me in reading terms now. And if you'd like to follow me on any of my social media, all the links are in the description bar below, and I will see you soon with my Stolen Heir reading vlog. Yeah, bye.